Hello, friends, and welcome back to another draft here on MTG Arena. I'm Matthew, and let's have some fun today. All right, we have a rare Uncle or Iroh Tea Master. 3 mana 2/2. When it enters, make a food. Beginning of combat, gave target opponent target permanent you control. Okay, so you just slowly start making more and more 1/1s and stuff. Someone had played this against me, and it was a house, so I'm probably just gonna take that. Otherwise, let's see here. I do like the Fire Nation Engineer. I think that's a good card. Um, Uncle Iroh. I've not seen this one do too much, but that's probably too crazy. Also, there's a firebending lesson, but it's just nowhere near as close as the Tea Master is. I think the audience is a decent little card, but nothing too crazy. That's really all that's notable in this pack. So we'll take this. We'll see where the draft leads us. Ty Lee, 3 mana, 2/1. When she enters, tap one creature and does not untap until Ty Lee leaves. That's pretty nice. Okay. So she's nice. She's spicy. I like her. Otherwise, there's also just a good lightning strike. I think, yeah, what is this? Flash prowess. So like end step, you flash in Ty Lee, and then you get to attack through something possibly, or ambush something else. I'm not really sure. Seems strong. Seems fine. That said, I think I'm fairly happy to take a lightning strike. I think that card is pretty good. So Southern Air Temple puts counters on your creatures, which is decent. Yeah. Um, but I don't know how much I like the shrine stuff going on, to be honest. So otherwise, I like commons. I like the Lost Days. The Moose Line I think is all right. The Warden is just okay. It's gone down in my estimation, but otherwise, some lands. Leaves from the Vine. But nah, Twin Blades is a card I was like immediately drawn to in this pack. This card is just a house. I mean, if I don't end up in red white, it's gonna be fine in whatever deck. But man, it is like Ember Leaf. It's so good. Now this pack is noticeably less good. I do not like the Fire Nation Palace. I would only be rare drafting if I did. I mean, the Firebending is nice, but it's like I would certainly play this if I had the deck or I was in red white, but um, I wouldn't like think I'm getting away with something. That said, there's Compassionate Healer, which I think has been fairly good. I like this as a 2-drop. Last Agni Kind is like a fight spell or something. Okay. Oh, that's a fight spell. It's kind of cute. Otherwise, we have Price of Freedom. This is the wrong one. I was thinking of the flashback one. Never mind. We have what? Firebend or Earthbending Lesson. We have Cat Gator. Maybe I switch it to white black or black red or something. I don't think that's a compelling reason to do so. So I'll take this. We probably don't play it, but you know, never say never. Now we have a Tools of War for the white black list, which we're probably not going to do. It'd be like red white or red black if we were. I don't like the Porcupine outside of like a blue red spells or lessons kind of a list. Um, I don't love the Warriors, but I think it's all right. It's totally a playable card. It's a really late fire or Ember Island production rather. I think Sold Out is a pretty good card too. And had I taken blue for Ty Lee, maybe that's the direction we're supposed to go in. I don't think I take Cat Owl. Like you, just don't think that you're in a hurry to get your fours, but I guess I'll take the Porcupine. There's a world where it ends up being kind of okay. Like it gets bigger with Last Agni Kai, the Twin Blades, Lightning Strike. All of those things do good things, but I still can't see myself playing it. All right, same card here. Could take the Battle Fan. It pumps the Porcupine, but also is a creature that's 2 mana. I'm not super excited about the card, but I think it's fine. Totally fine. See, this is a 2-drop that I'm maybe a little bit more excited about. It's got its downsides. There's a couple good cards that are like really good against the 1 toughness creatures of the format, but and a lot of ally tokens as well. But that said, you know, if they don't have anything, they're being a little greedy. You know, this guy puts a lot of pressure on, and does put some good value. And also notable, like he discards a card, so sometimes you like will discard a lesson to get that synergy going. Also of note, Iroh Team Master, if you give someone you control of your equipment, technically they do control it, yes, but they'd have to re-equip it, so it's like, you know, you still get the bonus of the creature. I'm just not a believer in the farm animal. I'm gonna take this on the off chance we get like a broken white-black thing, but yeah. Last couple cards in the pack. Alright, so through pack 1 we have 9 playables, and we're kind of excited about 6 or 7 of them. Crazy. I mean, we're not going to splash the Cat Gator, but like, there's a world where instead of this, we go like this. And we splash the Tea Master, because it's a good card. This casts allies, which, yeah, Iroh. Iroh being cast off the Jasmine Tea Shop, Dragon Tea Shop, is pretty spicy. What else do we have, though? 2 mana for a 2/2 Water Bending 5. Look at the top cards. Look at a creature with power 3 or less. This card seems pretty strong. You know, I did see a black card or two, but I don't think black was like ridiculously open. I think people just are, maybe they don't like this card. What else do we have? We have May, which I like her as well quite a bit, but seems like I probably want the Water Tribe Rallier over that. Doesn't seem like an Aang's Journey sort of a deck. So let's take a good 2-drop. Firebending Ascension versus White Lotus versus Enthusiasts and Fire Nation Cadets. Alright, this is a pack with some spice going on, and it's a 2 mana 2/2 that has a chance to trigger something that's attacking twice, like the Compassionate Healer, or I mean, at the moment that's what it is, but is that better than a 1 mana 1/2? I have no lessons at the moment, so this actually does go down at least a solid notch. And if we're looking at allies, I have 3 out of my 5, so I would make, sorry, 4 out of my 6. I think I'd be inclined to take like Firebending Lesson or something like that over it, but don't think I'm going to be too crazy. Okay. 4 mana, choose a creature, airbend all the others. Until your next turn, opponents can cast spells from anywhere other than their hand. Do I take that over a, looks like Path of Redemption? I mean, this card looks pretty nutty, so I'm going to take it. Even in like a red-white sort of a thing, it seems like it's still probably going to be pretty good. Toph, the first Metal Bender, 3/3 non-token artifacts are lands. And beginning of your end step, Earthbend 2. Well, shoot. Pack 2, pick 4. A card that does kind of go against the general style of the deck that we have. Otherwise, just taking a fine 2-drop, and I think I'm going to be try to be aggressive. We just want to maximize these 2-drops. And I'm okay passing it off. Okay. Something like this is exactly what we wanted to pick up, like How to Start Riots. Not exactly the synergy in a Avatar's Wrath deck, I suppose, but 3 cards that stick out that aren't white or red or colorless is the Battle Fan, and Disciple to a lesser extent, and then Airbending Lesson. You have 6 creatures, 7 creatures, a little light. And I think with the Rallier, I'm actually totally fine to take the Kyoshi Battle Fan. Just deciding if I want this lesson. I think the answer is yes. Cave of Two Lovers seems totally fine. Tiger Dillo versus Cunning Maneuver. Alright. Power Forward Raider. I mean, the Yu Yan Archers with the Battle Fan. May with enough stuff, but that doesn't seem relevant. The Porcupine. Yeah, actually, that's kind of 0. You really have... Oh, well. I don't think we were missing out on much there, but that still could have been a, you know, another playable. Yeah, I mean, this could be a Cunning Maneuver kind of a deck. We'll just pass some good value. There's zero chance we play any of those cards. So we've got 3 tricks, sort of. Okay, well, we're going in an interesting direction. Hopefully pack 3 we get something good, but white was a lot less open this pack. But we did get a Wrath this pack. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but it looks like we're going to be pretty heavy red splashing white, so we could pick up like one dual land, that would be nice. The moment we have 10 non-creatures, which is actually bodes fairly well for the Porcupine. Okay. So here we've got Earthbender's Ascension and a Saga. Both are, I think they're decent cards. Um, actually, do I think this one's good? Yeah, no, this card actually ends up being a house. Because if they kill your tokens, you end up triggering the Ascension, which is really nice. Sokka is also really good, but obviously not something we're taking here. And then here, ally, equipment, or lesson. And that actually 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think we do take Piandao. Notably, I do like the Deserter, and I also like Zhongzhong's Deserter. But we'll take Master right now. Good value card. Visions of Beyond. Cool arts. But not what we will take. Sandbender's Scavenger. 1/1. When sack a permanent, get a counter on this guy. And then you get a thing back. Oh, the card looks good. Otherwise, we have another lesson, and we have a Wandering Musician. I'll take the lesson. I don't know if we'll be playing the Wrath, personally, but I think we take Zhongzhong here. Yeah. And then we can take, ooh, very happy to take a Jet. I mean, I would play Zhao, but Jet is going to be really good. Also, the deck would not mind something like a Poxbear, but Jet is just a ridiculous card, so. Southern Air Temple versus Razor Rings. None of these seem particularly exciting. I mean, I probably wouldn't run the Razor Rings at this point. And given how many non-creatures these Porcupines seem like they're a little better than average, so we'll take that. I do like Crashing Wave, but I think here we'll just take Sandbender Storm. I don't think I'm gonna play it. Okay, Hyoshi's Warrior should still be in the deck, yeah. And then, I mean, this is a deck. It's got 12, 13 creatures, which is a little like 14 creatures, but I think we'll take the Deserter. Okay, so now, I mean, Agnikai, probably unnecessary. A Tiger, oh, actually, you know, I would not mind a Yip Yip, but I'm certainly just going to take my dual land here. I was saying this would make the deck a lot safer to play. So how do I play? Okay, if I have it in my hand, maybe I just play something. You know what? We would play another Have Starter Right, probably. Putting a double strike counter on May, and giving it Menace, and then make her a 4/3 Menace, which seems pretty good. At the moment, the Rallier gets almost everything. He'll take the 2/2. I don't know. Oh, we have a Fire Banning Ascension, which is effectively a 2/2. Okay, what does this guy trigger with? Master Piandao re-triggers that guy. Yeah, it's probably enough. Take a 2/2, triggers the Porcupines. Maybe? Question mark? Alright, I'll build this real quick, see what we end up with. Okay, so this is kind of where we're at. Trying to make the last couple cuts. Looking at it a little bit more now, I don't think we're quite as go wide as I thought I was. I mean, we're certainly, we do a bit, but we kind of go bigger than then wide. So maybe I only play one of these riots, and then I do like the Wrath. I think that's going to win me a game or two. And I could go down to maybe 16 lands with a Jet kind of being the top of the curve. I think we're a little too high of CMC. Yeah, I think the game would agree. And then we're up definitely heavier red. The 10-8 probably makes sense. Like, we have red early, we can kind of do a lot. We have Cunning Maneuver and How to Start a Riot. 2 cards. I mean, I don't think it's a particularly strong card, but then the question is, we're at 14 creatures, so 14, 15, 16. So maybe we can cut like a Kyoshi Warrior. I don't think we cut either of the 5s, which is awkward, but I think they're both a decent cave topper, and I think the Cave of Two Lovers goes just a little higher. But maybe that's not true. So this is 5 power and toughness versus Kyoshi Warrior being... Yeah, I think we play Kyoshi over that. It's close, but I think that's what I want to do. Anyways, see y'all back for round number 1. Alright, we're facing off against Alan Yuan. Masquerading as a Jace. 2-drop into Double Strike. It's kind of cute, but... would I rather this be the Mountain, Tale of Two Lovers? You know, it's about the same. Alright. 4th land, you know, not unwelcome, but I'd rather... 2/2. They can make that a 2/3 maybe next turn, potentially. So this does not require anything to tap. Well, I guess we'll just play this guy first, in case they have a spell. Alright, they hit the lesson. They got a land. That's some really good value right there. Well, that's a little awkward, but we're just going to have to pass. Couple of choices. They might be holding up a counterspell. If you pay 2, you have to pay 2 extra. You could be casting some of these instant lessons. I'm at 16, they have 5 power, I have 4 power, they're at 20. So we're not really aggroing them out. If the counterspell, that's actually also kind of okay. So what's the crazy thing I can do? I can go +2, 3... So that's a next turn play, probably. And maybe we can go pop off. Umi. Okay, well, how much damage is this? 4, 5, 10, 12. So I'm dead on the crackback, so there's probably 0 chance they don't block. We're dead here. Well, had they not blocked, actually we would have won that one, so that's kind of interesting, but... We'll see you back for the next. Alright, back at it again. Seeing if we can't turn our luck around. Get this draft on the right foot. We have a couple 2-drops and do or a lot of 2-drops and do a 3-drop, so we get to do kind of a fun little ditty where we get to go 2-drop into 3-drop into 2-drop, 2-drop, more than likely. What's the best one to play? I guess it does depend on what they cast. If they cast nothing, well, it's a little awkward. I think the best thing to cast is the Battle Fan, but I might want to save that until after I play the Porcupine. On the same note, though, actually just totally okay with trading this. A little awkward, but next turn, if they do make a trick, I kind of feel okay, or powered to block. And then Zhong is pretty decent as well. Nice. If they skip attacking, that's good. Oh, okay. If they yip, that's totally fine. I think they're just doing this to get it out of the way, though, so. Perfect Mundo. They have 1 white mana. We have play May, we play Zhong. Actually, I think we play the Porcupine now. Yeah, I have no lessons at the moment, so we'll just chill. And if they do something crazy, we can go like May plus the Ascension, or the Archer plus the Ascension. So we hit a dud or another land. Yeah, we'll see. On face, we get to make this a 3/3, which is nice. Well, Kyoshi Warrior will be quite good, of course. Well, I might just play my own Kyoshi Warrior to match. Alright. What could they have? What would be bad? Well, Badger Mole. 5 mana, puts 6 power on the battlefield. It's pretty good. Okay, I think we start off with the Archer, because we could still draw a number of our tricks. And I'm kind of okay, I think. Okay. Now this is, I mean, this guy gets to attack, but that's not that concerning, I'll say. Copy the next lesson spell. So the Lightning Strike does not trigger Zhong, but yeah, I've got a few airbending stuff, and I think we'll be content with that. So they have 4 cards in hand. We have 3. They have 3 lands. We've discarded a land and drawn a card. We've traded Kyoshi Warriors, as well as 1s and 2s. Saber Tooth Moose Line. Now that's a pretty good card here. Okay. Not sure how we're going to deal with that exactly, but that's alright. Also not really sure why they have this priority stop, but you know, it's alright. Seven, huh? So option A is I can just play Zhong. It's not so good. I think I like May. And then not blocking this turn. Or maybe I would. I don't know. I guess I could have attacked and then shot the Sabertooth and traded 2 for 1 on that, but my guess is they just probably take it. Just take 7. Not a big deal. That one's pretty good, though. Avatar's Wrath actually would be pretty nice right here. So I've got a few things we can do here that are kind of spicy. Put a counter on May and then attack. So we can get double strike if we would like. We can also just prowess with a lightning strike. Musicians is going to be a pretty powerful go wide. So there's really not a point in attacking here, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Get Mountain, play Musician was not what I expected. So they probably are playing like Toph or some other kind of busted rare here. What are we hoping that they do? I mean, if they just attack with the Moose Lion, you know, who's to say what I block with exactly? The nice thing about this on board is I get to block with May and the Porcupine. They don't kill either, but I mean, we would be taking a lot of damage. That's an interesting block or a set of attacks, and obviously they've got something here, but what could they have? Damage to a creature. I mean, if they have that, then they would have attacked with everything. So there's no real. I mean, I guess this is the only bad attack, but oh, creatures you get. Oh, okay. So unfortunately, this block means I had to do something first. As it stands, this will become a 3/4 and 2/2, so I think we just shoot this guy. Maybe they're banking on this mana after combat. Alright, they went with a fight spell. Oh, 2 fight spells? Okay. Well, Avatar's Wrath still would change a thing or two. Couldn't even cast the Sabertooth Moose line at the moment, but okay. Kind of Avatar's Wrath or bust here. Well, would we have drawn it? The answer is no. Dang. Well, that's how it goes. Alright. Let's hope I can draw like an Iroh or something like that. Something just a little bit stronger than what we've been getting so far. Well, we have Healer as well as May and Hu Yuan Archer. So, interesting start. It's going to be... This gives May +2 because of the prowess and stuff, so... Well, if they're going to go like that, we're just going to play this guy. There's just such a chance at them quenching it. Oh, 4 cycling. Okay, well, I'm still not unhappy to have this guy on the battlefield. Forest, so they're 3 colors, so maybe they're doing... What is... Well, Foggy Swamp Keeper. So. Card's quite good. I don't think that they would block. If they block... I think I'm alright. Second planes I no longer need. I mean, this card's just really good. We're just gonna gonna get that guy out there. May already has a double strike potential, so. What is blue, green, black as far as the mythics or rares are concerned? I don't really know, but that doesn't mean much. I don't know much of the format. Guru Pathic, huh? Well, you know, only being able to deal a couple damage is not ideal, we'll say. Turn a permanent. Well, that's pretty good permanent. Getting to scry a couple lands to the bottom is kind of nice. Yeah, sure. He already got his value, but I might as well just try to... I'm going to play the May just because I think if I can get her to have... a double strike counter sooner than later, we'll be in a fairly decent position. I could go land and get the lifelinker guy back. That would be pretty decent. They just have multiple of that guy. Fair enough. If I draw a land, I could just give her double strike and then attack with a lightning strike on a cabbage merchant, maybe. I don't really know. I can airbend the lesson. Airbending lesson this guy. Seemed like better than anything else I had going on. Maybe, but doesn't seem like it's what I want. I mean, they have just kind of infinite lifelink here, so it's going to be tough to outrace this. At this point, though, we do get to play Iroh next turn, if we want. Though maybe we wait for that for after the Wrath. They can make that... Actually, no, sorry, that's... I thought that was a clue token, but obviously it's a food token. Gaining some life. Fair enough. They conceded. I'm not really sure. They not have any basics? Not really sure why they would concede there. Like, sure, this is nice, but, like, that's really good, you know? What would cause them? I mean... Say less. I'll take a win. A win is a win. Alright, CL back for round number 4. Might go have a little bite, so I might turn the camera off and keep it off for the rest of the match, but... yeah. Oh, alright. Much better. Playing for some match wins. Let's have a good time. If I draw planes at any point, this is kind of decent. We have at 6 mana we can Firebending Lesson, or we can Zhong Zhong Airbending Lesson, which not a 0, but it's okay. I think the important thing is any land this hand kind of opens up, and then a planes it really opens up, so we'll take that as a good sign. Well, you know what? Can't say that I'm excited about that one, but if they kill Zhong Zhong, okay. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, you know what? I'm silly. So next turn I actually can make that play. I thought I needed 6 mana. I do, but I forgot he also has airbending. Or firebending, rather. Yeah, alright. Well, it does put a damper on things. Alright. So next turn we're going to be able to airbend to their things. That should probably be GG. Yeah, it looks like they missed their second land. When you cast your next lesson, or cast a lesson... Oh. That's any spell. That's crazy. Yeah, and they're not dead this turn, but that's effectively dead, so... Alright, going for that crucial third win. It's obviously, going from 2 wins is only 250 gems, and 3 wins is 1,000, so it's a pretty big game. This hand is a little tough. I mean, I do have a lightning strike, but my first play being a 3. That is tough. I think I have enough 2-drops that I'm gonna risk it. In worst case is... Well, that's gonna be tricky if I don't play anything until turn 3, but once again, I think this hand is just so strong if I can get any sort of advantage going. The Disciple, obviously not the super strongest card in the world, but it's a 2-drop. Always be 2-dropping, you know? Okay, well, they have something going on here. Hard to say what it could be, but they quench it, they kill it. Happy with any outcome for that guy. Island Temple, huh? I think it's a 3/3 and attack for a bunch, but I think we just attack. A little awkward, but I'm certainly not going to use one of my good spells there. Sure. You got me, sir. No attacks is a little sus, but also a little tough not to get to full value jet like counters, but you know, we'll take it. We'll take what we can get. Northern Air Temple. What's that one do? It drains, huh? Alright, alright. Make some dudes and put a counter on a bunch of stuff. It's pretty good. They're at 17, huh? Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, if they drop one more temple, I think we're just pretty dead, so... Combustion Man actually is not a big deal. Master Piandao? Yeah, he's pretty good. Got him. Oh boy. That's pretty good, isn't it? That is pretty good. Well, any consolation is I can lightning strike the Piandao or the Combustion Man, but You know, if this is how I lose, that is how I lose. It's what, 12, 17? Hitting the Piandao. I think we can resolve that and say I'll take the action. And then we can chump with jets. How should I block? Could do that, and if they have removal, they have removal. What's the option that gives me the most chance to win? It's 11. So unfortunately, that is still lethal. I think we do this, yeah. Do that, and then we... Unlikely to be a super high percentage play, but... Jet lets me go at least a counter on 2 creatures. So this guy, of course, and then I guess we would put it on Piandao. If we have Deserters is kind of nice. So it's at 7, 10, 12, and then plus 8. And if they block, I guess they would likely just chump the Piandao. That said, I think there's a decent chance that I would hit an airbending lesson, so if I do that, I get rid of that blocker. Yeah, I mean... Unfortunate, but I do still have a second creature I can cast. Or I can chump with next turn. Yeah, and if they chump, that's fine. What's that? 7, 10, 12, 14, 16, so we're 1 shy. We could just accept that. We'll put them to 1, I guess. Like, the problem is they could have blocked here and it would have been effectively a very similar damage. I guess regardless, I'm going to be chumping, so... that did kill me. Well, that's how it rolls sometimes. You know, just gotta roll with the punches. These games, they go either way. Like, this was pretty sweet. If I lost to Crescent Island into a bunch of stuff, that so be it. I played to an out, and I did not hit. I had 4, or I have 2 of them in the deck, so I have, what? Maybe that's the question I should have asked. I mean, they did just draw 3 cards, so... Um, having interaction, it's not unlikely, but also, like, what am I doing, right? Let's think about it. Yeah, 2 and 24, so we have... Is there anything else we could have hit? Obviously, that would have been really good. Cunning, actually, ally equipment or lesson. So that could have been... I mean, obviously the creatures don't matter. Yeah, so actually the Twin Blades and the Airbending lessons. So that was our hits. 3 out of 24, and we look at what was it, 5 cards? Top 4. So we looked at 4 out of 24. So we looked at a sixth of the cards, and we had 3 out of 24, which is 3 out of 24, which is 6 out of 24 is 25%. So that's 12%. And we looked at a similar number. So it was close. I think obviously any of these three would have been good. And you got to go for those plays, you know? Perhaps I could have put the counter on another creature, and that would have been fine. But regardless, the deck seemed like it was fine. I think maybe playing the Wrath was a bit greedy. Maybe we should have just played like a farm animal or something. We didn't quite go wide enough, and maybe I should have just taken something else like that and stuff. Tough to say. That's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next one. Hope to not just be uploading my successful drafts. You're gonna see all the nitty gritty, and unless you know something really gets messed up with the draft, like um, quality recording, that kind of stuff, we'll be quite content to show the case my good plays and my bad plays. Be curious to know what you would have done differently, but regardless, you have a nice day. I'll catch you later. Take care.